Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati.
Hey there. Welcome back, friends. Bible Bistro's open. Come on in. You ready for some fresh 5-minute Bible study? Now, let me just explain something here. When I say 5-minute Bible study, I mean 5-minute-ish Bible study, because yesterday we went way over 5 minutes, and I apologize for that, but sometimes I just get a little excited. It's hard to stop. But if you'll just forgive me, and sometimes I'll be a little shorter than 5 minutes. Most of the time I kind of fudge on the 5-minute thing, but generally speaking, we have 5-minute Bible study. So let's look at today verses 8 and 9. Psalm 20. We're going to finish out Psalm 20 today, verses 8 and 9. They bow and fall, but we will rise up and be restored. O Lord, save the King. Answer us in the day when we call. Verse 8 goes right along with verse 7. These and chariots, those and horses. But we in the name of the Lord our God, we will call. They bow and fall. Now, who's he talking about? He's talking about those people that trust in chariots and horses. Why are they going to bow and fall? Because they trust in chariots and horses. The arm of the flesh always fails. But that's where you're putting your trust. You know, like Spurgeon said, if you put your trust in the treasury and the armory and the winery, well, then that's going to run out one day. One day the arms are going to run out. One day the money's going to run out. One day all the butter and the cheese and the wine in the world is going to run out. But if you put your trust in the name of the Lord, well, that never runs out. He's eternal, and his trust is sure. So why do they bow and fall down? Because they put their trust in the wrong place. They've called on something else. They've called on chariots and horses. See, and they've not placed their faith in the name of the Lord God. In contrast to that, notice, but we rise up and be restored. We will rise up and be restored. Why? Because we have called on the name of the Lord God, the Lord our God. So, just as those bow and fall, so we rebound. We are the ones that will be restored because we've called on him. See, the name of the Lord, that's how powerful it is. Calling upon the name of the Lord, you're guaranteed the Lord was going to hear and answer. Calling upon the name of the Lord, you're guaranteed he's going to deliver and save. Calling upon the name of the Lord, you're guaranteed the anointed is going to be protected. His holy name and the deliverance of his right hand will be revealed to those that call upon the name of the Lord. Have you called upon the name of the Lord yet? Now let's just review real quick, because we've talked about this as a congregational piece. This is a call and response, if you will, a responsive reading. This is the way we like to put it in Baptist circles. So we have the minister saying verses 1 through 4. The Lord will answer you. He will send help to you. He will remember you and your gifts. He will give to you according to your heart's desire. So you have this plural you being spoken by the minister. Then we have the congregation speaking in 5. We will lift up praise in your salvation, and in the name of the Lord our God, we will lift up our banner. The banner of the people of God is always the praise and thanksgiving of God. We have the priest again in the end of 5. The Lord will fulfill all your requests. You see how this is back and forth now. Then we have the individual speak. I know that the Lord will save his anointed. He will answer him by his holy name, by the mighty deeds of the deliverance of his right hand. Then we have the congregation speak again. These in chariots and those in horses, but we, in the name of the Lord our God, we will call. And then we continue with the voice of the congregation. They bow and fall, but we will rise up and be restored. Here we have the voice of the congregation again. O Lord, save the King. Answer us in the day wherein we call. You see how this works. You see the back and forth, the responsive nature of it that's going on here. Notice how this psalm begins and ends the same way. It's beautifully artistic, this psalm. The Lord will answer you is the way this psalm begins. It ends with, answer us in the day wherein we call. Now, we had that word to call. Remember, it was the word for remember. I'm mentioning or remembering calling upon the Lord. So that was in verse 7. And now we have it again here in verse 9. Not the same verb, but the same idea. Answer us in the day when we call. And just like verse 1, so is verse 9. The Lord will answer, and the people say, answer us, O Lord, when we call. All right, join me again next time. We'll be looking at Psalm 21 on Daily Dose Radio.
Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.